Well, it looks like we've got yet another entry into our series on the fall of Western civilization by a trillion cuts. And I'll just get straight to the headline. Student called despicable by teacher after challenging peer who identifies as a cat. So we have a teacher teaching the class, the school children, that people can also be cats as well if they just identify as that. Yeah, and if you're thinking this feels very late stage Empire stuff, yeah, I couldn't agree more. So I've got some audio of this, but first let's just set the scene. A 13-year-old girl was called despicable by her teacher at a Church of England school. A Church of England school in the United Kingdom on Friday after asking a classmate how she identifies as a cat. So I guess the Church of England agrees that if you say that you're a cat, well, that's the end of it. You're a cat now. And it sounds like the Church of England needs a new name. Maybe the Woke Indoctrination Church of England? Maybe the Give Your Children Psychological Issues of England. By the sounds of this, I'm not sure they wouldn't be better off just leaving school and becoming chimney sweeps. The schoolgirl and her friend were reprimanded by their teacher at Rye College in East Sussex at the end of an eighth grade life education class. Good Lord, that must be a euphemism. Where they were told that they could be who you want to be and how you identify is up to you. And of course, this is all across the English-speaking world now. This sort of thing is popping up more and more often. So it's not just in the UK that they have insane Marxists that are trying to indoctrinate their children into radical gender theories and the like. Now, following the lesson, one of the students asked a classmate, how can you identify as a cat when you're a girl? Now, I will say that's a most sensible question right there. How can you identify as a cat when you are, in fact, a girl, a human girl? And really, this is maybe a question that the teacher should be asking. But anyway, because this is a Church of England school, well, the teacher wasn't having any of that. In fact, let's take a listen.
How dare you? You just really upset someone. Saying things like should be in an asylum.
I didn't say that. I just think if they want to identify as a cow or something, then they're like genuinely unwell. Yeah, they're crazy.
So it sounds like the voices have been altered in this, I guess, to protect identities, but the kid, the student, is saying, if somebody thinks they're a cow, well, then that's mental illness. Yeah, if somebody actually thinks they're a cow, I'm in full agreement with that statement that that's mental illness. Of course, what this is just people pretending to have silly identities. And they're doing that because lunatics like this teacher are encouraging it.
There are lots of genders. There is transgender, there is agender, people that don't believe they have a gender at all.
Trying to go,
yeah, but cisgender is not necessarily the way to be. If you were talking about the fact that cisgender is the norm, that you identify with the gender, with the sexual organ that you're born with or you're with, that's basically what you're saying, which is really despicable.
So this dingbat teacher is accusing the students of being despicable because they identify cisgender, so-called cisgender. Hey, nobody asked me about all this cis stuff, right? They just said, oh, this is what you are now. But anyway, we'll just go. He's saying the kids are despicable for identifying that as normal. It is normal. That is the norm. That is the vast majority of people. There's nothing despicable about that. It's just reality. And it doesn't matter how woke you get, you still can't change reality. But anyway.
It's not an opinion that we're expressing this school. No, it's not. And if you don't like it, you need to go to a different school. So I'm reporting you to you need to have a proper educational conversation about equality, diversity, and inclusion. Because I'm not having that expressed in my lesson.
So because these students are objecting to being just blindly indoctrinated, apparently they need to go to a different school now. And they also need to have a proper educational conversation. What, like re-education? Maybe a summer camp, maybe a re-education summer camp. Yeah, in case you haven't been paying attention to woke people, they can't be reasoned with. And they're all Marxists, and they always want to do what Marxists do, which is force everybody to do what they want them to. This doesn't seem like education to me. This seems like indoctrination. And I think it's probably time for parents to make their thoughts known on this. That's if you don't want your children coming home from school thinking that they're, I don't know, a narwhal. And I guess it raises a larger question here too. What if the kid says, I identify as Napoleon or Joan of Arc? Are you supposed to just go along with that? Yes, you're really Napoleon. Yes, you're really Joan of Arc. What if a kid identifies as Hitler? Then things are going to get messy, aren't they? You will respect my pronouns. Maybe it's better to just not indulge children's weird flights of fancy. Maybe it's better to prepare them for the future as functioning, rational human beings, capable of dealing with issues and reality at large. And if not, well, if you've got kids, you might want to think about getting a bigger litter box. Anyway, please subscribe, like, and share. Sharing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.